listeners, Harika here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to Upptalk. If you're ready to learn and get your hands work wonders in the world of information technology, then you're in the right place. When I say Upptalk, we are not just another edtech company. Consider we are your learning partner committed to unlocking your full potential. Whether you're stepping into the world of technology for the first time or looking to advance your career, we provide top-tier, hands-on courses to build up your career. Let's take our first step towards learning here and explore it.
Which is the one that we have used? Let me close this item. And this one. This other one. That's not. Final one. I think this is the final note. In the pattern. It's the one. It should be completed. See, there is a start. There is a parameter. Take it. Close. Close. Now this met underscore other red. This is where we had this. Let me close and try to open fresh. This looks good. This is the working one that we had. Now what we are going to do? We are going to take a command. Export of this assembly. How to export an assembly from local. Click on the project. This is an export. Cloud. And this meant other. This you can go create a simple manifest. Where you want to drop it. Select a place where you will be dropping. This is downloads. I'm going to put it on desktop. This is an underscore other ed. Finish. Now we should be having a. Here we have the cloud file that is exported. Now how to import the cloud file again in. See, here you can do an export from here itself. You can do an import from here itself. You can click on this. Last one, URL from where it has to be picked. Click the cloud. Now you are trying to import a cloud file. I hope you can hear me clearly. You are trying to import a cloud file which is already existing. There will be a naming conflict. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the naming function here. This is let me go to Sue underscore. This is other it's. Other it's. Underscore. CloudLogs. And you'll see. I have to edit this also. With a different name. Now that you have a different name for your project as well as the collection, now you have the cloud file ready. Here what we're going to do, we're going to modify this cloud Here how we have done. Here how we have done. We were writing the data. We were writing the error message into an eval. And then in that eval, we are getting all the values, and at the end we are storing the value. And we go to properties. Properties. We are converting that to string and then storing the file and attaching it in the event. That's what we were doing for log file. For CloudLog, we don't require this log file. What I'm going to do, I will delete all this. Now I have deleted. Well, what we were doing, I just tried to record it. Voice is really low. Is that me? I don't know. I'm speaking louder. Can you go to this eval once? What we are trying to do now? Just want to recollect. Which eval? You are having an eval. This eval. Send error eval. OML. From send error, you are going to. From send error, same error. Send error. Send error. Send error. Send error. Here what we are doing, that's the question. What we are doing. And if you go to, you want to see eval or ML or send error. No, what we are trying to do from send error. Passing mediation for send error. What we are trying to do here, we are capturing the error in a property. And then we are appending to an error log. Now what's the agenda? We would print the error into the cloud log. To the cloud. Correct? Click. Now what we are leader or success also? Both. Now all this, what we are doing, we are storing it in a property. And then in the property, we are moving it to a string buffer, which is analog buffer. And then from analog buffer we are converting it to string and then storing it. All now. Instead of that, I'll delete this. Delete that. And here this one. I'll delete it. Now what is there? There is no logging at all now. Correct. I have deleted all the logs. Only this put integration message is there. It will come there later. Other than that, that's all. We have removed it. Generally, this put integration message will be there because here what we are doing, we are checking whether the file is. That's it or not. Correct. If the file is not there, then your integration itself is not going to run. We are going to fail this integration. We will keep this one as it is. Now after that, what we have to add? We have a cloud log. We will be adding it, cloud log here. This is a cloud log. Now we have a cloud log over here. In the cloud log, if you look at it, the properties that we have, you can give the output file type as an HTML, CSV, or XLS. Or CSV or Excel. 3 format file types you can set up. Now by default it is an HTML. Now, what is the information that you want to pass it? When the error happens, what is it you want to do? And now I'm saying that I want info. Whenever there is an error, the info that is coming in, capture it as information that there is some error happened. Success happened. A successful transaction happens, that also should be captured as info. And then if you look at here, you have header message, message details, reference, ID condition. In this message details, reference, ID. These three, generally we use it up. Probably when we run the integration, you will come to know why we are using these three, because your error log will show there is an HTML table. It will be shown. That HTML table will have what is the message? What is the message details and reference ID of that? That we will be getting it. That's why these three we will be passing it always. Now generally in your company also hope the integration numbers are given correct. For each and every integration. Hello. Something like this. I want to show here something like INT001 or INT002, something like that. You have it. Whenever you have that number, that integration number, we put that number in the reference just to make sure what is happening in this flow. Here, what is happening in the flow? If you go to reference ID, come on. I think that your integration number is 0012. Now you are trying to run this integration and there is a file available and you are checking whether the file is present or not. File is present. Then you are moving and saying that I'm starting the integration from here. Here are the messages. Any Shia Icing INT012. Cloud. Here on the second one, message details. The message is more of like a title and message. Details are more of like a detailed data that you want to pass it. Here we will say the initial and there was the one to cloud log and processing the file. Now you have a cloud log. We are setting it up as HTML output file. I want it and you have that the level as info message. Message details the reference, ID. These three are important. Now the initialization is completed. What is next? How I can use it correct? But probably before I use it, I'm saying that this is initialized, but let me go to the topic later. Give me a second. Let's put there is a rash hash map that you are calling here, correct? I'll put a sender and here I will go for a How do we do this? A cloud log. Whenever there is an error that is happening, we have to capture it. And when you try to capture that, we will be passing that into a local outer. This local out will call the cloud log. In this local out, what we have to do? We have to send 3 parameters in the cloud log. What is the 3 parameters we have? There are 3 parameters. We had it. Correct. Mainly. I said that we have to fix it up which one. Message details reference ID. I said this 3 we have to pass it. Correct. Now this cloud log is having those parameters already defined. Whereas in the local out, you have to give the name. All now I have 3 unnamed parameters. Now I'm going to just make sure I'm not making any mistake. That's fine. I'm checking. This is a local out. We have to pass it in. This is log message, then message details, and then reference ID. Here what we are saying, log message and message details. And last one, reference ID. Any place where you want to pass this. Or do you want to call a cloud log? Then you should have this set up. There should be a sender. Sender is going to have a local out. That local out will have 3 properties. The 3 properties value you have to set and then pass it. Because as of now. Now why we have a local out over here, which error will capture? Any idea? If we are calling the RAS report, if a RAS report is failing due to some reason, it is trying to pull the report, but the Workday report server is not available. It can't reach, like yesterday we had this problem, that null value is coming. When a null value is coming, for example, then what happens? This report is not going to run, then you have to capture that error. We are capturing that error. This RISE report called C error will be captured over here. And then that error will be sent to Cloud Logger for sending Cloud Log. We want 3 properties to be set: log message, message details, reference ID. The same way, wherever you want to use Cloud Log, you have to use the same setup. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this. I want an error log here, correct? Because here there is an error message that is coming out. And after that, what I'm doing here, after this, I'm going to send one. You can put it inside only. Now this log, this is for what? This is for success. Correct. This will go for a success and this will come for an error message. And what other place we want CloudLog? I mean, where are we logging anywhere else? This one, two and then, if there is an error called error that is happening, then 3, that's all. And we don't require this call log because we remove the log itself. I'll just remove this. As of now, we're good. We initialize the cloud log and then wherever you have to report or you want to capture the error log or success log, we are just placing it and local out to that. Local out is having 3 properties defined. Any question? C for in web service call. There is a web service call. And we are saying after the success, we are placing a cloud log. What happens if in web service there is a failure? Can we capture that? We can capture that by placing a sender over here. Same over here. Do we need to set any property on async mediation? Handle downstream errors. Handle downstream errors. That's correct. You want that to be handled with default. Then go to advanced and then say handle downstream error. In that way, we can capture the failure log for web service. Now, it will be capturing the failure as well, as it will move on to next one. It will not stop there. Oh, you said. There are 10 records. First record failed, then it will stop abruptly and come out. Instead, this handle downstream error is true means that that is the thing we are doing. Correct. Just skip that first record and capture that in the error log and go to the next record, 6 record. Can we place a cloud log over here? I'm going to place it now because there is a sender. Then I have to send it somewhere, correct. When captured through CloudLog, say for one employee, we will put an invalid employee ID in the file and it will eventually fail. Give me a second. Since we have put it over there, it can fail over here also. In real life scenario, in insert update both, we should place a cloud log to capture the error in case in the file there is an invalid data. Say that again, Amana. I mean we are doing insert and update to both of this async mediation. Correct both of the cases in a file. If any valid employee is there, we are going to log it out. That's correct. How do you? That's correct. Now from here what I'm going to do, I'll use the same cloud log only. If we use the same, can we identify like it's coming from insert error or update error? I got what you said. Then in that case, we can go for separate one. It all depends upon what is your requirement. If they say I want individual log per, what is the error that we are getting? Then we can go for a separate one. In how many places we have? We have it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In 5 places we have it. Correct. Cloud log defined. Now next what we are going to do. If you come down, let's mark this as a cloud log. This is cloud log. And then this cloud log, we are going to pass all this information into this cloud log. If you look at this, just to go on. Here you have log cloud log error. This is localin. And then we have a cloud log. Correct? What we are doing here. This is a local out. The local out should go to where it should go to a local incorrect. Or the local out should have a relevant local in connection. That's where we go for a local in. We have a local in. This local in will name it as cloud log. And after that I want one async mediation. This async mediation will have a cloud log. I'll come to this cloud log next. Now this is my local in. Correct. Cloud log is my local in. Now I have to link all this local out to my cloud login. Local in. How do we do that? Go cloud to local in. You can come here. You can go to endpoint and then search for. What are these IDs? Few other. A little lower. That's not fine. Let's go again. This is the one. This is our studio assembly. Other, cloud log. And then I have a cloud log over here. Double click. Log tick. Message details. Reference ID. It is coming as null. That's fine. We'll just pass it up. This call. You can call this call log and go to your tenant. I mean individual component. Declaration in workspace. It is coming here. Correct. From your local out to local in. It is coming. Now, the same way you connect all the cloud logs to post that data into this cloud log local in. Then what do you have to do? It's the same. Come here. For here you say that this is called log. Call log is already there. That's the call log one. And then you have to give the endpoint. the endpoint. This is the cloud log. Next, finish. Now I have connected this cloud log to this local. In the same way, I'm going to do for this one also. And select the endpoint. Cloud of next, finish. And this call log. The endpoint. See, we are connecting to the same endpoint. You understood that. I 3 logs, and then this is 4th log. I'm going to say and then cloud log. Finish. You initiated a cloud log. You have sent the error to a call log. This call log, whenever it comes, it will go to a declaration in Workspace, which is a cloud log. In that cloud log win will go for a cloud log, which is an async mediation. The question says no simple connections. We have done. Correct. What are we getting from here? We are getting a 3 parameters. Log message, message details, reference ID. This value that we are getting it from this call log. We have to pass it to this cloud log. And then how we do that? We can put it inside. I will just get it from here. If you look at here, at the rate of crops of log message, it's a main condition. Correct. What we are doing here. Here we have a log message. This log message name, the property that we have, that I want to capture it over here in the cloud log. Here I put it as perhaps of log message. Now, what is this second value that I'm getting? I'm getting message details. This message details you can copy from here and go to CloudLogs. And then here you say message details at the rate of open and close braces. Controlled. Where is the crops message? Prop in. Then the last one. Reference ID. Reference ID. And now, if you look at over here, that's a box of reference ID, not just reference ID. Any idea why we are not using at the rate of open and close braces? For this property alone. This is reference ID. Not sure why at the rate. Why we are not using? In the left side, if you see, wherever you see that A equal to B or AB, this one's evil conditions. These are all main conditions. For you have to put at the rate of open curly braces Otherwise, it will consider it as an extra. That is the evil. By default, it would just pick up the value of the property. Whereas for end, we have to tell them that the value of the property you wanted, then you have to put it inside at the rate of open and curly braces. Now what we have done? We have done the setup. We are going to pass 3 properties and we are capturing all the 3 properties and then passing it over here. Correct. Now you think that we will pass these values. Whatever we wanted, we'll pass it. I'm just doing the peripheral work. Now that you have CloudLog ready, now you think that whenever there is an error happens, correct. This is the we have an ML condition. That ML condition is saying if the values are empty, issued it is not issued. It is empty, then it is going to fail. Then we have to capture that error in this. 3 properties. The 3 property values will be sent to this CloudLog. Now yes, the details over here, but you have to save this file, correct. At the end, the HTML file has to be saved in the event. Correct. How do we do that? You go to the top level again. Earlier we had a log. What you do, you add a single mediation. And in this single mediation, you go for a store component and then store component. After that, you go for I have to put integration message. The message or event, we'll look at it later. Now, if you look at here, you read this, what to say. What does it say? Variable name. The default value is CloudLog and content. You read this, which means whatever the log, the data that we are getting, generally in the old one, what we have done, we were storing it in a variable, correct. The variable is what? This one. This. Here the variable is what? This is the variable. This is the property. We are storing all the data. And this property, what we are doing, we are converting into a variable. That variable, we are storing it over here, such as store, such as message current. The same way, I want to store this CloudLog content that I have. If you don't get any variable name, the default one is CloudLog content. In that case, if I come here, what is the variable name that I have to give here? Cloud. I found content. We are getting the value over here from this last one. The default variable name is CloudLog content. We are passing these 3 values and we are storing all these values in the store component. The put integration message, we are passing it as info. Summary we can give integration completed or whatever it is. This is id complete. Just you have a CloudLog content. And then the put integration message is not there, but it's required. You can just add it. That's why. But here, one more thing what we have to give this title, we have to give for store. Let's give the file name as we needed a HTML. I'm giving it HTML file. Any questions as of now? Now that the full setup is done, full setup with respect to initialization, where we are going to capture the error. And when we capture the error, how we are going to pass it? The pass value where it is storing. And if it is stored in the variable, then we are printing those variable in the file. And then put integration message. Now we are going to define what is that you are going to pass it. Now you go to call log. What is the log message? What is the message details? What is the reference? In reference ID, we said that this integration number is in 00112. Now, this is which phase this is in. Where are we now? This one where if it is failing, this report is failing, then which phase now? This is a Rust hash map. It is failing. Correct? We can say that as hash. And then in the log message. What is the log message that you want to give it? Not available, the detailed one. We go for it. I want this content. I'll come back there. What is the log message here? Hash map. Correct. This is a log message. Hash. Let's put hash map report. Okay. And then the message details. What I'm going to say. Hash report did queue properly. Failing. Now, this is my message details. This is my reference ID. This is my log message. Now the first log is completed. The same way, we're going to define the next one. Next one where we are failing. We are failing at the validation level. Validation. Where does this reference ID falls into picture? Which stage of processing here we are? What are we doing in this stage? We are processing the file, correct? There. If you look at this assembly, you can split into multiple stages. One, you're retrieving the file. You're initializing CloudLogs. Then you're calling a hash map. You're processing a file. In the processing file, there is a validation happens. After that, there is a web service update happens. Correct. These are all the stages of processing. When there is an error that is happening, and my error reference ID, my title is going to say that there is something wrong in your. The error message says int_2 processing file is the reference ID, which means I got an error where in this area. Correct. Just by looking at the error, I can now know that where it is failing. I don't need to start from is it failed here or is it failed here or is it failed here. No need to write. Because you know that you're processing a file and that stage is over here. And I have given the error over here. I can directly come and check here what is happening over here. That's the third process here. If the error log says hash map error, and then I will not come to this segment. I can go and check only in this area. Something wrong has happened in this area. And how we can fix that? Correct. That's how we make the stage where it is passing or failing. Now we have given the reference ID. Now the log message. What is the log message here? What is happening here? This is any issue field, value issue date field. Issue data field value is not present. Now what I'm going to do? Here the log message I'm going to say, what is this error? This is validation error. Correct. And what are the message details? I can pass this data itself, failure message, as a message detail. Correct? Because the issue date field is not present. How we can get that? You can just put a context. Error message. This is error code. I want message. Yeah. Now, when there is an error happens, my log message will say there is a validation error happened. And the message details will come from whatever the value that we are given inside email. And to identify which block it has failed, we are saying that this is failing at the processing file stage. Can we get the employee ID because you want to capture the employee ID? Then in that case, let's put a matter of message this way. I copied from there. That's the content came inside. What is the property that we have? This is a props of employee ID. Correct. This is the employee ID. This employee ID. Props of employee ID. Just to make sure I'm having the one. cannot be processed as what is happening here, as the issue date is in. Now you get the employee ID and what is the issue. Got. Moving to next. Here what is happening. Here what is the log message? What is the log message here? This is for take. Correct. Log message. Day. What service? Op. That service. And hit. Generally, if it is failing here, then when it will fail. If it is failing in this stage, when it will fail. Up. When you are trying to update the data using a web service, that time it will. In case of a service is having some issue, then the failure will come over here. Then the service itself will give an error message. Why it failed? Correct. We are capturing that error message over here. Now I have to give the reference. What is the reference I can give? I'll say this is 0012. What is the stage barrier here? Update. Update. That is the stage barrier over here. Now for a new record. I'm going to set up this. And I want to say this is 0012. And here this is going to be in. Or let's put these new ideas. New. And the message details. Let's take the error that we get it. I have completed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 configurations completed, the last one. And there is a success. Correct. Now, here I have to give the reference ID. What is the value here? 0012. This is. Let's put success. Log message. This is what other ID is. Other. Of. Now, this is just a log message. Other. Success output. And then you want in the message details. Or I'm going to say you want the same way. Correct. We have to put this is this one. Message details. I'm totally on. That's it. Instead of cannot be processed, what we are going to say. Added/updated. Successfully. We have completed all the configuration part. What about the reference I need for this? And it is updated successfully. We have updated it. It is updated. Now all the configuration part is completed. Now I'll just remove this. We can add it. If you want to deliver this file, then we can add that. Now only one file we are going to just leave as it is also. We're done. Our first attempt itself, it is going successful or not. Let's see. This is CloudLogs. Deploy. Let's find save. You can see that. I know what is the problem then. Is it this? In a second. Because we have changed the cloud, but we didn't change the integration name. This is a problem. This also should be updated. And this other dears. And this CloudLogs. Deployed. Only go and search. You got the CloudLog. We had one error. This error is about business process 1. The business process. Dot. Now we want the input file. That is our student loan. That is, which is the issue date. The second one is issue data. Correct. There is one record. It is not having issue date. This one also, I will say that no. What else? What else you want? I give an invalid employee. Give an invalid employee ID that we can have that. Web service error. Let's put 1. Now, then I'll add it as part of. This is having empty. This is having value. I'll add it at the last one. Sub 3. Failure. And this also should go into failure. Correct. This is our input file. Let's load it. And now, attach document. That's when form complete. And now details. Some progress. Oh, they've done everything perfect at the first time. You should have one file or profile. We have. It's either name or open this. Open. What's happening here? What the errors? This is the first one that we initialized. CloudLog initiated. For ILO 1 2. And after that, for this one, for this record, 001, other idea successfully updated. And then we had 3. 3 errors we had it. 210023 cannot be processed as the issue date is empty. And the last one, new ideas insert. We are in the new ideas insert block where there is a validation error happened because invalid value 2100500 is not a valid employee for employee. You got it. When you have this, add team output file. You can filter out even if there are. You can see that one-on-one correct, even if there are like thousands of records. What you can do? You can export this. You can see here. You can export it as a CSV. Then you get the CSV file. And you can open that CSV file in a also. Good. What happens? Excel is not there. It's not there. Where it? It's not there. That see at the end, it's a CSV file. It will open in Excel. And it is opening in an Excel. Then you can see how you can filter out based on success. You can just filter out this one. Other ID success. Correct. That's the name that we have given for success. You filter out based on other. ID success, you get all the success. Successfully processed records. Whichever the validation errors happened, you can filter out and then you get the 3. And if these kind of errors will not have any, because this is not a defined error that we are getting. This is a web service failure that is happening. That's why we are getting empty one. Correct. You can classify the errors based on how you get the error. And you can see here where it is failing, also processing file processing failure. This is when you try to insert new. It is failing, like that. You can classify the errors and give it to them. Good. This is how CloudLogs. We have to configure and then pass the values. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@upptalk.com.